Hi friends, it's Renee Roque and I'm here in beautiful Santa Clarita, California, a part of Women's Council of Realtors here in Valencia, California. And I would like to introduce you to my friend, Kyshana. We are using this time to actually we're connecting across the country and love to have you see what we as realtors here in California are doing, but what's happening over there, Kyshana, in Florida? Please give us a little bit about you. Believe you're over in Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale. What's going on in your marketplace?
So first of all, thank you so much for having me. It's such an honor to be here today, sharing with you in this sisterhood time, connecting across the country. So my name is Kyshana Guzman, as she said, and I have the honor of knowing you through the Women's Council. I have gotten the honor of serving as the Women's Council of Realtors president here in Broward County, think Fort Lauderdale, and it's been super exciting. This county has just short of 2 million people. I actually serve in the Southwest region, so within my office area, I'm out of Keller Williams and Pembroke Pines and Miramar area. So out of within our area, the average price point for a single family home is $300,000. Woo! So, and that will get you something about a 3-2, maybe, 1,400 square feet around there.
Wow.
And it's an extremely popular price point, extremely popular within our county. I was just checking even just things that had come up today, like new homes that are coming, because as you know, just like your area over there, our real estate is flying off of the shelves.
Right.
So on average, our days on market, if you count, if the realtor is actually putting in the information, in the MLS and switching it over at the right time, right? To pending or active, we have about a 30-day days on market range.
Really?
But for the reality, when you reach out, homes are gone after the first weekend. We are doing open houses over here. We are still open and able to do that. And within our area, our state, we have been very flexible in doing that, obviously socially distant. So what you will find with many realtors here within our county is that they have the ability to go ahead and host it within, let's say, a 2-hour space. But within that time frame, you'll see a lot of realtors actually ask for appointments. So they're held where, you kind of go in and you have a contactless showing where you're not touching anything. You're presented the property that you're entering upon arrival. And then you as a family get to tour with your, said realtor within that 10-minute time frame or whatever is allocated. And then, following that. So it's a little bit different, whereas you could have homes, that show 30, 40 people, during an open house. Now you have homes, if they're priced well, of course, right? Now you have opportunities where it's a lot more limited. So, over the weekend I had an open house and, we have to do those 10-minute time slots. So it's very different now.
Well, here in California, we have to do the 15-minute increments. We are not allowed to have open houses, first of all. But if there were some showing appointments, they would have to be every 15 minutes, but we're not allowed to have open houses at all. So that's a nice difference to hear.
Yes. So, I do some brainstorming with some realtors within our area, and you see the vast majority of approaches towards the open houses, but I've waited myself with a buyer outside of a house for 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
To wait to get into an open house.
I agree. So, in the beginning of COVID, we had the plastic on the shoes. Of course, we had the masks, we had the gloves on. What is that looking like for you?
Same over here. So usually I provide, like last weekend during the open houses, we'll have all of that out so that if somebody comes in and they want to, there's actually sellers that really demand for the booties to be worn. Wow. Obviously everybody has a mask as they're coming in, but I've definitely shown homes that without the booties, you can't enter to go and see them. And it's definitely understandable. And we just want to make sure that throughout the process, we're bringing comfort to both the seller and the buyer, because, everybody has a different way. Yeah. And
in California, we're not allowed booties. Sorry to interrupt you, but someone fell and slipped and fell. So no booties anymore. That's what's taken away. You can have your shoes off, but no booties can't you can't require booties in that from someone slipped coming down the stairs. Right. And so how are you allowing what are you doing? Can you share a little bit about the sellers to make them feel comfortable, people coming in their home in this environment?
Absolutely. So we approach it a couple of different ways. You know, obviously we want to make sure that we have the conversation up front to where they understand. Like I have a seller that their family has 2 children that are high risk. And so, you know, putting them at ease with making sure that they know that it is a contactless showing, making sure that I open every door, every closet door, open, you know, whatever that needs to be open, whether it's under the sink, counters, you know, leave everything on so that way. And then usually when the family comes in, I explain to the seller that I give them a tour. So I showed them which way they can actually tour. So I map it out for them. So, you know, I say start over here and then end here so that they understand and it flows better. And that way, if they want to have additional conversation, they can ask me on the way out. And then if they want to discuss the property itself with their said realtor, then they can do that outside so that it's not an extended period of time that they're there, because obviously we have more families that are entering the property, obviously, to tour. So giving the seller that knowledge, because they have no idea how it is. You know, we do this day in and day out, but obviously they don't. So we want to make sure that we provide as much comfort for them so that they understand, hey, you know, we are thinking of you in mind, you know, we're here to serve you. And usually we do a recap after, so we'll let them know how many families have actually toured the property. We wipe everything down in the property with Lysol wipes. Make sure that they know, like, the door handles, all of the door handles are taken care of. You know, if we know that they've opened up in the kitchen, you know, the faucets, stuff like that. So we just wipe everything down to be considerate, and we let them know. And obviously that aroma they smell when they come back in the house. So it just gives them a good peace of mind and lets them know that everything is okay. And then same goes for tenants. You know, we have our newest listing has 2 sets of tenants. It's a duplex. And so obviously, you know, making sure that we can arrange the time with both families to be at a house, making sure that they know that it's being well taken care of, and they see when they come back in the house as well, you know, so that we're able to work well with them and they don't have any questions at all as to, you know, what happened while I was gone, you know.
That's right.
So it's really important to be able to do that.
And what are you seeing? I notice here, because we're in a suburb of Los Angeles, we are so busy. Our market in Santa Clarita is hot, hot, hot. People are leaving LA, the Valley. They're coming here to be in the suburbs to spread out. Are you noticing people coming from more metropolitan urban areas?
Well, we have a load of people coming. It's said that just short of 10,000 people are moving to our state. Wow. And, you know, when you think about those daily, weekly, monthly numbers, you know, then you wonder why. I mean, I was sharing with you that earlier, I did a search for properties anywhere between 350 and 425 within our area that are single family homes, and we only have 73 on the market. So, 73. You know, 73 within our county. So when you look at when you think about those numbers that are single family homes, obviously condos we have they're much larger numbers, right? But single family homes within that number. So if you're thinking about these kind of the people that are relocating, they want to know all of this information, right? And sometimes just today, I got a referral from a women's council member out of North Florida. And it's important for us to educate those people that are coming into town with those numbers, because where they're moving from, it's very different, you know? So they're moving from a different area, they're buying for another family member, but the reality is that the family member lives here and they know the market here, but the parents don't. So it's important for them to see and know, you know, that maybe, you know, it's a little bit more transient than what they're used to, you know. And I have clients that, you know, that we usually discuss that during the buyer consultation so that they understand, and it's not a shock, because you want them to feel confident, right, with the decision that they're making, and not have like a sticker shock, or a, you know, a time sensitive shock where they're like, you guys move too fast for me, you know?
Well, that's why it's always more important and very essential to have a professional who is boots on the ground there in the industry, in the community that you're looking for. Because as realtors, I think we know so much that's going on, right? We know what's going on with new construction, what the cost of, we live there, we're the neighborhood experts, correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, I always like to say, you really do get what you pay for, right? A lot of the times it's like, oh, I don't know, maybe I want to use, you know, a friend, but I always say, even with, you know, friends, you want to make sure that no matter who it is, this is the largest investment of your life, whether you're buying or selling it, it's so important to interview the person, because it may just be that you know, as a person, your business style doesn't match, you know, their expectations. And it's great to say that up front and say, you know, while I think that this is a great opportunity, you know, the expectation isn't quite the same as the service that would be able to be provided, you know. So it's so important. And of course there's processes to purchasing, right? Everywhere around the country. And the process in California may be different than the process over here. So like you said, what's on the ground.
Escrow, title, so different here. And let me ask you, here where every day I read the MLS and looks like closed and understand what's going on. So we're still seeing 20,000, 30,000 above asking. What are you seeing there?
So here it's very common for people to ask for the appraisal to be waived or to ask upfront during the negotiation process. And I always like to say, when it's priced well, you know, if they have multiple offers, when they're priced well, it's very common for them to ask for, you know, whatever said number above appraisal. I will say that here in South Florida specifically, many people say that homes are not appraising, but the reality is that it's not that homes are not appraising, right? They're appraising at the number that we know they're going to appraise at once we look at the comps as real estate professionals. They're just not appraising at the additional 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 that you added to the sales contract, right? So they may appraise at the number that we initially said, initially discussed, but not at, you know, when the multiple offer situation started coming around, maybe it's not appraising at that number.
The winning bid. Yes, got it. Okay. Well, thank you. What is a great question that I didn't ask you that you'd like us to know about the area where you service?
So this area is awesome because it's close to, of course, Miami. We're like right in the middle of Miami. Is just south of us. North of us is West Palm Beach, and west of us is Naples. Wow. So it's a good opportunity for people to travel anywhere you go between, you know, it's an hour away. You can go to Naples, you can go to Palm Beach, you can go to Miami. So it's great in that sense. And of course, we have beautiful beaches. One of our beaches here is rated top 10. And so it's really exciting because our beaches are nice here. And of course we have sun all year round.
All year long.
You don't like, you don't like,
what temperature do you have right now?
4 seasons.
What temperature are you, how warm? Okay, so obviously this is in the middle of the day. And here where we are today, it is, let me see, 82 degrees. How about you?
Yes, it went up to 85 today. We started 75 and we were going up to 85. So I keep saying fall is coming, I'm sure. I mean, I have a jacket on, usually indoors, but then when we go outside, it's like, we got to start removing the layers.
And we don't have too much humidity right here though.
Oh, yeah. And see, that's the difference because but we'll leave it at the sun. The sun is awesome.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being with us, Kyshana. It was
thank
a pleasure.
you for having me. I appreciate you big time.
So one more time, Fort Lauderdale area, Kyshana. I'll put information below, and it's Renee Roque from Santa Clarita Valley here. This is one of our Women's Council of Realtors connections, our bridge across the country. If you're looking for a great realtor, remember Women's Council we have people everywhere. So thank you so much. Bye, Kyshana. Have a good night. Bye-bye.